Hello everyone, and welcome. And today we are going to be reviewing the Harry Potter films, starting with Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone and the Chamber of Secrets. Joining me, of course, will be my good buddy Phoenix Fire.
Howdy. And for all you British audiences, we will correct ourselves from saying Sorcerer's Stone to Philosopher's Stone, because we know that the original UK title.
Yeah. The reason why we're doing this, folks, is that this is in honor of the man himself, the man who we all know as Hagrid. Sadly, the actor passed away just a little bit ago, and we thought that we would honor him by reviewing the Harry Potter films. I feel like that seems like the best thing we can do for him.
And it is kind of fitting because Harry Potter is somewhat connected to Halloween.
That is true. Still, let's get started with the review. Of course, if you guys don't know about how the show works, and yes, we are going to try to do sort of a similar thing on YouTube with actual videos, which I'm actually getting the gameplay clips for my first video now. But yeah, hey, how you doing there, Kuri? And yeah, rest in peace, Hagrid. But yeah, I managed to get everything done with that. But yeah, basically this is how the review works. We go by 5 categories, which is of course story, characters, music, design, and depending if it's video games or any other form of media, video games has gameplay, where everything else has atmosphere, and that's the 5th category that signifies both these two. And then, of course, we total the scores together to give us our final score from 0 to 50. We even give our guests a chance to guess what number they think theirs is going to be. So, for the first Harry Potter film, what do you think your score is going to be here?
Say perfect.
You think it's going to be perfect?
Yep, a nice big 50.
Alright. I'll have to... Yeah, I think I'm with you on this one. But again, this is also my nostalgia goggles hitting. Though I honestly don't think it's going to change too much.
And hard to believe it's 20 years old. The 20th anniversary was this year. Where's that time gone?
Yeah, I know, right?
I feel like a kid again. It's like it just came out, the books were such a big thing, and everyone was going Potter crazy.
Oh yeah. This is one of those franchises I had a feeling was going to make a huge difference. It's really awesome. Awesome.
Feel good movie.
CK Hotwood will be joining as well. All right, awesome. But yeah, when it comes down to Harry Potter, when was the first time you've ever seen the Harry Potter films, or what was the first time you ever saw Sorcerer's Stone?
When it first came out.
When it first came out?
When it first came out.
Nice.
That's how old I am.
Let me see.
You know, what?
Yeah, let me see. First time I ever watched Harry Potter was back when it was on. I think it was on DVD, or was it on VHS? No, it was on VHS. But that was the first time I ever watched Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and God bless it. I could never have imagined the world that they created from that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But alright, so as we all know, we start off with story, so let's start off with it. Okay. Honestly, actually, hang on. Here's a question. Do you think we should let them know on spoilers, since the movie's been around for 20 years? Or do you think they would have already had plenty of time to know what Harry Potter is?
I think they should kind of know what Harry Potter is by now because it still is a popular thing.
True. All right, but still, spoiler alert. But at the same time, if you guys have had plenty of time to watch these films for 20 years, basically. So for maybe around 20 years. So yeah. So you guys have had plenty of time. But yeah, for basically a lot of you guys wanting to know the story overall, it is basically based off our main character, Harry Potter himself. And that basically this whole thing revolves around his particular exploits in the story. Along with, of course, all the side characters that join in as well. But it starts out as any unassuming story was. Harry is just a normal kid living with his aunt, uncle, and his cousin, which, I swear to God, those three are the biggest dickbags in the world.
Which is an understatement if you think about it.
Hell, if anything,
I'm being too kind.
Yeah, I'm being kind, but still, if I was his friend in the real world, I would have asked my family to contact child services, because damn, the amount of abuse this kid has is unreal. And it does get worse until he finally moves out of that place, which, thank freaking God for that.
Which isn't until way later down the franchise.
I thought it was at the second movie that he got taken out of that place.
Officially, no. Temporarily, yes.
Oh yeah, temporarily, yeah. Till he finally gets all the stuff out of that, if I remember. Hey, how's it going, CJ? But yeah, basically, it's just a normal day for him until one day he gets a letter to Hogwarts, as everyone knows from the story. Oh, and thank you so much for liking the video, my friend. But then it all changes when Hagrid finally shows up and lets him know the situation, that he's a wizard. And eventually, he is then sent over to this new, amazing school of magic known as Hogwarts. Oh yeah, of course I remember you, dude. But still, it is absolutely amazing that when you finally arrive at this place, after seeing what the modern world looks like and all that, and then you just see this gigantic castle in the middle of a lake. Personally, I've always wanted to go to Universal Studios just so I could actually go into that place or something. I don't know.
Yeah, when you're in Scotland, you got all kinds of castles around lakes, so...
True, I would love to actually go to the actual Hogwarts. Wouldn't that be amazing?
They use so many different Scottish castles. You'd have to really do your research for that.
That is true. The architecture is just amazing, but we'll get to that in a moment. Eventually, Harry basically gets to know a few of the students that he'll be going on his journey with for the rest of the franchise, like Ron, Hermione, a lot of famous faces that got their start in Harry Potter. All of them just now become some of the most iconic characters in history, which we will be talking about them very shortly. But good lord. And it's just nothing but those three trying to survive and figure out the mysteries of Hogwarts and the whole situation that's going on there. Like, all of a sudden, a troll showing up out of nowhere, Harry literally getting put into the Quidditch match, which I swear to God, I am so thankful that that became a video game. But yeah, there's a lot of this. Oh. Give me a second. That's actually right here. Yeah, that's the one. But, what do you think of the story overall with Harry Potter?
I loved it. they introduced us to so many different things for foods that we would never think of normally. It was a bizarre twist, well, magical twist, you could say, for the food. And plus the story is like, you get to see a whole new world that you never knew existed through the eyes of someone else.
That's true.
You gotta go on this incredible journey of seeing the things that you never thought were going to be possible to become possible. Especially with Aunt Petunia and Uncle Vernon, they kept trying to drill in Harry's head there's no such thing as magic, and more uncommon occurrences kept appearing to make us believe magic that can exist no matter what.
Oh yeah. It's kind of nuts.
We got to go on a whirlwind adventure.
Oh, thanks, man. I'll try to accept the.
We were a kid, getting to go on this journey too.
Oh yeah, I'll accept your friend request in after the review. But yeah, it's still kind of nuts that the story is. Here's the thing: the story is okay. I'm gonna be straight up honest. Yes, there's a reason why that they're called tropes. The whole chosen one trope for Harry. But remember, the chosen one trope didn't necessarily gain its real ground until the early to mid 2000s.
Yeah.
As me and him would know, Phoenix Fire and I have watched a lot of stuff in the past, and actually I could do this right now. But still, it's
I could be honest. You have to remember one thing for the chosen one, things like that. In the early 2000s, Lord of the Rings really helped that boom, you can say.
Yeah, and that actually came out after, didn't it?
No, the original Lord of the Rings, like Fellowship of the Ring, and all that, the Two Towers, Return of the King.
Or did that come out in 2001? Shoot, now I don't even remember.
Early 2000s.
Thank you. But yeah, overall it's yeah, but here, yeah, I'm with Phoenix Fire on this one. Remember, this was coming off a lot of popular films that were coming out at the time, from Lord of the Rings and a lot of others as well. Yeah, let me just double check my.
You guys on story right now?
Yeah, give me a second. I'm still trying to figure out what. 2001. So yeah, it did come out before Harry Potter. So yeah. So yeah, in this particular case,
2000s.
yeah, it came off the heels of Lord of the Rings, which was one of the most popular fantasy movie franchises of all time, and at the same time, there was now Harry Potter that was coming out, which we're reviewing now actually, after 20 years of it being around. Which, sweet Jesus, I can't believe I have to say it's 20 years. Yeah, happy birthday, Harry. And if we're talking about the books, I think the books came out maybe a year before.
Well, that started the buzz.
Yeah, the books came out before.
That was the buzz right there, was the books. You know, it's just kind of like some people like to see it on the screen, but the books really created the buzz for it. But there's another thing I liked about the story too, which I give a 10 by any chance. If you notice on the chat, I've already gave 50 on it.
Yeah, we all did.
One of the things I have to tell you that I really liked about the story is just how you have this whole thing of Hogwarts, some of the greatest wizards and witches that ever lived, and stuff like that. And it's kind of funny how they just let the kids do everything. I thought that, they intervened just enough, but they actually let the kids do everything. They already knew how to stop Voldemort. They already knew how to do all that. They were just going to see what the kids were going to do. That's what I thought was kind of a neat part of the story. I'm going to get the rest of dinner. You should show them. That's pulled pork right there, babe. And
oh yeah, right
wonderful
here.
Stuff.
Just to show you guys. But yeah, he's yeah, that does make a good point. But yeah, going back to what I was saying though, the Chosen One angle, the reason why that I'm going to let it slide is that this is when it started becoming popular, and how it was done well, unlike others. Where Lord of the Rings had, of course, Harry Potter had two characters that you would never expect to be such powerful wizards, or this such important character. But yet, the way the writers had done it, they made sure that it shows that sometimes the unlikeliest of people can become the greatest of heroes, if given the chance.
Mm-hmm.
But what would you rate the story, though?
10.
Yeah, I'm with you, 10.
But if you think of it too, at the time we didn't quite know Harry was a chosen one. We just knew he was this boy wizard that was going to be thrust into a whole new world that we never seen before.
No, they did talk about the Chosen One thing in there because of the whole mark on his forehead, remember?
Yeah, with the scar, yes, but at the same time, it's like, we didn't know really why much, well, when you were a kid back in the early 2000s, you didn't really know too much about why Voldemort wanted to go after Harry. And that
True.
comes way later on throughout the series, when you learn more and more about Voldemort's history.
Mm-hmm. But, alright, now we're going to go on to characters. And start study cast all the way, but I am going to say there is only one little nitpick for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to get the nitpick out of the way, because, God bless it, every other character is amazing except for one, or in this case, two, sharing the same body.
I'm ready to hear what you say.
I think it's Professor Quirrell, I believe.
The very first Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher.
Yep, and God bless it. Okay, here's the thing. I personally, when I first watched the film, when I was younger, I did suspect Snape like all the other characters did, but I also felt like something with Quirrell was off. Now that I'm older, man, he did not hide that well that he was suspicious at all. I don't know how I was able to think otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Do I like eggs? Yeah, of course I do. But yeah, when it comes down to that, it is yeah, I really don't know. This was one of those ones where you really had to think about it for a little bit there.
That is true. Alright.
The mystery was there, because the way the Snape was acting, you could definitely tell something that he could be doing something. But if you were an avid reader of the books, you would also know that if you read his lips, he was actually doing the incantation that would dispel curses. So it's actually kind of ironic.
And it's funny how, even in the books, Snape sounded like an oily, greasy character that you couldn't get along with.
But he turned out to be one of the good guys. But,
Yeah, they didn't.
yeah, for what it's worth, though, well, sweet Jesus. We're talking about a movie that absolutely skyrocketed characters to stardom with this film. I'm not even joking. But yeah, let's take a look at, sad to say, though, some of the cast members aren't alive anymore. But there was a lot of big faces at the time.
It was because he was an all British cast too.
Yep. There's Daniel Radcliffe as Harry Potter. We have Emma Watson as Hermione. Rupert Grint as Ron. Then, of course, the aforementioned Robert Coltrane, who was Hagrid before he passed away. Alan Rickman was also passed away, and he was Professor Snape. Severus Snape. We had Draco Malfoy with Tom Felton. We also had another one, Albus Dumbledore. His actor passed away and was replaced later on.
Richard Harris.
Yeah, Richard Harris. Matthew Lewis. There's Harry Melling. Fiona Shaw. Like, seriously, there were so many people in this film, it was unreal.
And like J.K. Rowling said, it has to be an all British cast, no Americans.
Yeah, very true on that. And honestly, that was a...
She made it very short when they made the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense if you think of it.
Well, it's a good thing we're going into detail for you guys, because, trust me, this film is amazing. I personally would recommend anyone to watch these Harry Potter films. They're all really good.
I've been reading them myself, actually. I'm on the Deathly Hallows now.
Nice. I already finished the whole series and read all the books, so I already know that much.
Trust me, I've read all the books. I've seen all the movies so many times I've lost count.
Oh, yeah.
Just like James Bond, I've lost count.
Oh, yeah. But overall, though, the star-studded cast, the amazing acting, these guys did a fantastic job. It's no wonder that all of them are household names now in the movie industry. And honestly, it would be... And now, from what I've heard now, that it sounds like that they'd be willing to do a revival of sorts, which I have to admit would be pretty dang impressive if they did. But
the Cursed Child or something like that.
Yeah, the only way they would do a revival is if they had, and this is actually coming from Hermione, from Emma Watson, from Rupert Grint, and Daniel Radcliffe. They said the only way they do it is if they all got back together again. So it sounds like
a family.
Yeah, so they're basically like all the cast members who did this film were like family to each other. So it makes sense. So if they ever do greenlight some sort of like a continuation, I would be more than happy to see that happen. I would even go to the movie theater and watch it.
I know I would.
So, what would you What would you rank this particular category, characters?
10.
10? Alright. Say, even though I do have my nitpick, I am still going to give it a 10, though.
That's fun. I kind of find it funny, actually, for you're not fussy about Quirrell. In the beginning, when I was a kid, I could not stand Draco. I just wanted to just go punch him out and rip that blonde hair apart. I could not stand him. He was such a vile, toxic little prick you really wanted to give an ass kicking to.
Oh, I know. But at the same time, that's kind of what you expect from a famous family of wizards. You just sense that snobbiness, especially since the dude himself is a really nice guy.
Exactly. A lot of movies are like that. Like, they play a prick or an ass, but then in
real life, they're just too damn nice for their own good.
Exactly. So it's like, wait, aren't you supposed to be vile and evil? Next minute, you're warm and fuzzy. Like, how's that working?
Oh yeah. But yeah. Who was your favorite character in the Harry Potter films?
All right. Well, for student-wise, I would say Hermione.
All right.
But then when it comes to teacher, Professor McGonagall.
Mine was... Damn. When it comes to students, I actually thought Matthew Lewis was good.
Neville.
Yeah, because he was an unsung hero of the group, and he actually did play a big part in the story. C.J. Hotwood says Ron. Nice. And for the teachers, or just the adult characters, it was going to be Hagrid no matter what. He was one of my favorite characters in the franchise.
Very nice.
But if I'm going to go for specifically teachers, it would have to be Professor Dumbledore.
Which one? The first one or the second? Is there worth two Dumbledores?
Both of them, honestly.
Alright, I'll let their different approach.
Alright, so next, of course, is music. And do I really need to say? We are literally talking about one of the most iconic soundtracks of all time. Sorry, I just wanted. I was wondering what that was. Sorry, I can't see notifications from my screen. But yeah, for those of you guys who don't know who did the music, it was by, well, who do you think? This guy, we've mentioned his name several times on this show. I'm not joking. But yeah, we've mentioned his name through some of the movies we've already reviewed. You know him as the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who has never done wrong, John Williams. Like,
A real classic.
I'm sorry, it's an automatic 10 for me. It's John freaking Williams. What do you expect? This guy literally has made soundtracks that have defined so many childhoods over the course of his career. Superman, Indiana Jones, freaking Star Wars, and, yes, Harry Potter. Like, seriously, I'm even gonna look up his entire, all of it. He did the Jurassic Park films, he did Indiana Jones, Schindler's List, Saving Private Ryan, Catch Me If You Can, 7 Years in Tibet, as well as the first 3 Harry Potter films. He didn't do all of them, but he did do the first 3. He also did Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, E.T. Extraterrestrial, the first 2 Home Alone films. Seriously, the guy has one of the longest...
Biggest repertoire.
Yeah. Like, seriously, how in the world has this guy not been immortalized in gold or something for his contributions to the musical industry? Oh, thank you, man. But yeah, seriously, there is so much that this guy has done. It is unreal. So what do you think of the music, Phoenix Fire?
10. It was just so magical and so amazing what he did for it.
Mm-hmm.
Every note just strikes the heart beautifully.
Mm-hmm. What was your favorite track in the whole thing?
He knew he was doing... I think going to Hogwarts, getting to the Hogwarts Express,
Ah.
the Hogwarts theme.
Oh, yeah. If you want me to say my personal favorite, it was the track that was used at the ending of the film when Harry and the others have to go and leave. But you hear this sad yet very uplifting music as they all leave to go back home and Hagrid's waving them off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That one gets me in the heartstrings every time. I'm not even joking on that one.
Or if you think of, like Hermione says, it doesn't feel like going home, does it?
Nope.
So we'll put Hermione on that.
Yep. So what will be your score?
10.
Yeah. It's a 10. And now... Well, I already know my score, but... Because we're going into design, and it's... For me, it's 10. I'm sorry, it's a 10. There's... Like... If any of you have ever seen these films, or have read the books and then watched the films, they did an amazing job bringing to life one of the biggest magical book series you'll ever see in your life. Like, seriously, the freaking hell. Still, Chris Columbus did one hell of a job for directing the team to get this, and, oh, God. From the castle to the inside with all the floating candles at the over in the dining hall. How all the rooms have their own signature personality. The moving and talking paintings. The shifting staircases. And hell, the Quidditch Stadium. Like, God bless it, man. There's just... Oh, Lord. What about you? What do you think of the design of the film?
Chris Columbus, you could tell he read the book from beginning to end to capture every essence that was Hogwarts and surrounding areas. So, of course, I'm going to give it a 10.
Yeah.
You could tell he really wanted to do this. He really did his research by reading the books to make sure he got every detail to the letter.
Oh, yeah, very true.
He did not want to leave anything out. Because, well, it's not really a spoiler, but when it came time for the Deathly Hallows to be adapted, the final Harry Potter book, like me and my sister used to say, it would have been so fitting if somehow Christopher Columbus came back and to end it, since he started it.
That's
It
true.
would have been so cool to see. It's like, imagine his take on the final movie, since he begins the movies himself. Like, one can only imagine how well he would have done it.
Oh, yeah.
But even then, the current director and screenwriters, they did an amazing job just like Chris did.
Oh, yeah. Actually, give me a second, folks. I think I might be able to try to invite one person. Give me a second. Trying to find out where he is. There he is. Let's see if we can try to add him here. But, yeah, what was your favorite set in the Harry Potter films? Phoenix?
Do you want to repeat yourself?
Oh, I was just wondering, what was your favorite scene in the Harry Potter film?
Oh, for the Philosopher's Stone?
Yeah.
I would say the giant chessboard towards the end, Professor McGonagall's trap for the stone.
Oh yeah, that's a really good one. What about you, King Rhythm? What's your favorite scene in the Harry Potter or Philosopher's Stone?
Steel Break, that was one big ass chessboard. I would play chess on it.
Oh hell yeah, I would. Though the only thing I would be worried about is those things trying to cut my damn head off.
Oh, I wouldn't play as a piece. I just use the transfigure pieces. I wouldn't play as a piece. No.
Personally, I'd love to actually use the smaller version. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Which there is a way to make a wizard's chessboard make a move.
Actually, I think there was a PC game a long time ago that actually did do something like that, so...
I'll be right back. My dad needs me for some real reason.
Alright.
Just give me 2 seconds. I'll be back.
No worries. But yeah, one of my personal favorites was, shoot. Actually, it was 2. One was the dining hall, personally, for me. And the other was,
the Great Hall.
What?
The Great Hall.
Yeah, the Great Hall. The other was the Quidditch Stadium, because I actually remember when the movie came out, I was thinking to myself, oh my god, would I love to play this game if it ever became something that they could do. And then I think it was only like a year or two later where they released Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup, and I freaked the hell out. And I actually got the game brand new. I still have my PlayStation 2 version, and I am so sad they never decided to bring the game back, because God bless it, I know so many of my friends and I would play that game to death. Like, good lord. Alright, so now we're going to go on with atmosphere, and man, when this movie wants to hit you in the feels, it does. This movie has a way of making you feel the magic and wonder of Hogwarts and the spells of wizards and witches and all that, but at the same time, it also has that sense of dread, and you're wondering what's going to happen next.
Right.
Yeah, I honestly think they did a fantastic job with that. What about you?
You're right. And I give it a 10, obviously.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, 10 here for as well. And I think the music is one of the most essential parts for atmosphere.
It helps set the. How does it? The music sets the ambience, that sets the atmosphere itself.
True. So I'm really thankful that John Williams stuck around for 3 of the films to do the soundtrack and give these films justice.
Couldn't agree more.
And now, of course, well, we matched our score, if you guys want to know. Yeah, we just matched our score, full 10s, all around for us. So, yeah, not much of a change there. Even years later, I still love this film overall. It hasn't really changed too much for me. Even if I took my nostalgia glasses off, I would know full well that this movie franchise has not changed one bit in my eyes. It is truly still amazing even years later.
You just gotta close your eyes and listen to someone talk and you know what movie it is.
True.
Or just listen to the music and you know what it is.
Yep. All you have to do is just listen to the theme song and you're instantly Harry Potter. It's become that iconic now that there's nothing else to say. It's Harry Potter, for God's sake.
Exactly.
And now we are going on to Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Hey, how you doing there, Stitchless? But yeah, we're doing Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets now for the review. And to be completely honest, man, when they decided to go one up the first film, they weren't joking when they did that. Like, seriously, holy crap. What about you?
Oh man, where do I begin for Chamber of Secrets? Because I'll be honest, of all the Harry Potter books and movies, Chamber of Secrets was always my favorite.
Yeah.
I just loved it.
I'm with you on that one.
Every time I went to the library or had to do a book report at school, what do you think I picked? Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah, and hard to believe that this film actually came out only a year after the first one. But yeah,
watching it so much because back in the old days, us old people had a thing called Blockbuster.
True.
I remember my grandmother one time she rented it, and that's all me and my sister watched for 2 weeks.
Ah.
It never got old.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
No worries. Actually, in your personal opinion, what would you score the Sorcerer's Stone? From a zero.
Talking about the book or the movie?
The movie. We're talking about for a score of 0 to 50 for the movie. What would you rate it? 0 being the lowest score and 50 being the highest.
Somewhere around the 25, maybe.
For the first Harry Potter film?
Wait, this was. God, I can't remember names. That was the first one. Oh, the first one was in the high 40s. What?
Oh, okay, I was like, good lord, what in the world were you thinking, dude?
Sorry, I'm not good with names. I just remember.
Yeah, the first. Yeah, if you guys want to know about the story titles for each and every one of them, there is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or Philosopher's Stone, depending if you're in Europe or not. Personally, I go with Philosopher's Stone because technically it's more accurate that way. Because it's actually more accurate to the book, which clearly states it's called the Philosopher's Stone. And they mention Nicholas Flamel, who was the guy who created the Philosopher's Stone in actual legend, so yeah, I really don't know why they changed the title, it just seems weird. Next, of course, is the Chamber of Secrets. Then there's the Prisoner of Azkaban, the Goblet of Fire,
Order of the Phoenix.
Order of the Phoenix, thank you.
Half-Blood Prince.
Half-Blood Prince, and Deathly Hallows.
Deathly Hallows.
Yeah, is the last one. Yeah, I don't know why I had such a problem with 5 and 6. I can never remember their names for the life of me.
I'm glad to be a nerd and glad to help you.
Yeah, thank you. For some reason, it's weird. I don't know why, but those two names always slip me, even though I've watched them before. It's like, why? Why are those names so damn hard to remember?
Because
Was
they're
I
just the
Slytherin
tongue.
or a Hufflepuff last time I checked?
Oh yeah,
I thought it was Slytherin.
actually, here is a question for all you guys watching, as well as for us. Which house did you signify yourself with?
I forget if it was Slytherin or Hufflepuff. It was one of the two.
Which color was it?
Yellow, I think?
Huff and Puff.
Hufflepuff.
Sorry, Hufflepuff.
Ah.
What about you, Phoenix Fire?
Ravenclaw.
That's actually what mine was, Ravenclaw. I'm surprisingly not Slytherin, which is shocking. I thought it would have been that or Gryffindor, but no, it was Ravenclaw. All the way.
You know how many, I'll be honest, for those Harry Potter house tests, I've seen so many people cheat just to be in Gryffindor and Slytherin and then brag about it.
Oh, so basically what Harry did, huh?
So, no, they practically cheated. Like, you really want to be in the house that bad, you can't be honest with yourself.
That's true. I've seen that happen a few times.
Just
For me, I was actually...
just 'cause-
What?
I was gonna say, just because you want to be in the famous Harry Potter house or the famous Draco Malfoy house, okay, come on.
Hey, I got to be in Ravenclaw, so I have to say I definitely did that. And I actually did that for a playthrough when I first played Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup, and I actually did play as Ravenclaw. Not just Gryffindor and the other houses. I started with Ravenclaw first.
Fun fact, I used to own a replica of Harry Potter's wand from the second movie, I believe. that story, then what?
Sorry about that. The mic glitched. But yeah, the categories are, stories first, then characters, then music, then design, and then overall atmosphere if it's movies, TV shows, and all that stuff. If it was video games, it would be gameplay. But since we're doing a movie, it's atmosphere.
Okay. So we're doing story first?
So yeah, what are your thoughts on the story, and what would you give a score?
So for what the story was trying to accomplish, they did it semi-decently. They could have done a little better, but I honestly think that they did an okay job with what they had. So I'm gonna give it. So what's the scoring we're doing?
0 to 10.
0 to 10, probably. I might give it a right in the middle of 5. They could have done better, but it was okay overall.
Well, that's completely different from what me and Phoenix Fire did. All right. So what about characters for you?
Characters?
Yeah.
Are we talking like main characters?
I'm talking about all the characters in this film. Like, what did you think of all of them? What are your personal opinions on it?
Honestly, 7, because they did a good job.
All right, so 7.
I mean, could you imagine anyone else at the time playing Harry Potter?
Not really, no.
Exactly, so they did a stand-up job.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion.
All right, what about music?
To be honest, I didn't really pay attention to the music like at all. I was more like into the story. So.
You mean you didn't even appreciate the music that is made by the wonderful John Williams?
Was I supposed to?
Oh, for the love of God, just give me your score.
I don't know. If you're giving it such high praise, I guess I'll give it a 9 or whatever.
All right. But yeah, John Williams was the one who created the soundtracks for Star Wars, Indiana Jones, E.T. Extraterrestrial, the Jurassic Park films, that sort of thing.
Okay.
So he has a very good repertoire.
I have a joke after we finish the score.
Oh no. All right, what about design of the film? What'd you think of that?
Design scale and presentation wise.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. It really feels like it's there, even though it's technical. So yeah, if I had to give it one, definitely an 8. Honestly, it was just really good in my opinion.
All right. And then, of course, the atmosphere of the film. What did you think of how it made you feel in the film? Like, did you think that the music, the characters, the scenes and everything made you feel like you were immersed in the film?
Well, I won't give it like I felt like I was there, but I'll give it like I felt the story and everything going through right. So. Honestly, you know what? I'll give it a full-on 10 because it really did feel good. So yeah.
Nice. All right, so adding your score up together, so we have. All right, so your original score was 46. Now your total score now is 39. So you did drop a little bit on this one. It dropped about 7 points from your original from the score you guessed. That's basically the idea of the channel, is that we let people guess what they think their score is going to be, and then we compare it to their actual scores later on.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe one of these days we'll have to do like a video game review, so you can really, so it would definitely be a game that we'd have to try out and see what our thoughts are on it. All right, next of course is Harry Potter 2: the Chamber of Secrets.
Before we continue,
Oh,
I said
no.
I had a joke after the first movie.
Okay, what is it?
People are gonna hate me for this, but I heard it from somewhere else. It's not my personal opinion, okay, guys? Putting
Alright.
that out there.
Alright.
It's just a funny joke that I thought was funny. So I was watching this comedian, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said to the audience, Harry Potter is a shitty Star Wars. Now, that's not my personal opinion, but here's how he called it.
I've heard people comparing Harry Potter to Star Wars a lot. And
Okay.
I...
Ready? Here it goes.
Alright.
You have a young male orphan protagonist that lives with his aunt and uncle. His uncle hates this old kind of magic, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't even want him to know about what actually happened to his family. But then, crap. Oh yeah, but then yeah, I don't remember. Never mind.
Yeah.
My brain is going all over the place right now.
Yeah, basically, if you guys are wondering, yeah, there was another nitpick I was going to mention, but I decided to lay it off since the time gap between this film and Star Wars was a while, so it's not like anybody would really mind if they tried to do a story like this. But yeah, it's like he stated. A young orphan boy gets adopted by his aunt and uncle to stay at their place until a wise old mentor eventually takes him in, teaches him the way of magic, or in Star Wars cases the Force, to battle a tyrannical evil to save the world. Literally Star Wars in a nutshell. But there's a difference, though. First of all, there's actually a few differences.
Protagonist.
No, we're not talking about the new Star Wars films. Don't even try it.
No. I'm still talking about the old ones.
Oh.
Yeah. So, basically, the male and female protagonists had a thing, but they're like more brother and sister at the end, while the scruffy comic relief gets the girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you guess who the Harry Potter version of that is?
Okay, first of all, Han Solo was never the comic relief. Don't you dare.
I said scruffy comic relief.
He's not comic relief. Comic relief was C-3PO.
And R2 at times.
R2 times, yes, but still. But here are the main differences between the comparisons. I'm going to lay it out on you guys right now. One is that Harry isn't taught by one simple mentor. Heck, they didn't even mention another mentor for him for Luke until the next movie. Harry's being taught by so many teachers in the school.
There was 2 mentors for Luke as well.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. He was taught by one mentor in the first film, where in the first film of Harry Potter, he's being taught by so many different teachers who teach him every single aspect of magic in and of itself, from nature to the sciences, all of it, including alchemy.
Okay.
So, in this particular case, that particular comparison is sadly tossed out the window. Second, of course, is, the main cast of characters. That, yes, there is a comic relief character in the form of Ron, but Ron also can have his own badass moments too, and brave moments as well, which honestly gives a lot of credit to his character throughout the entire franchise. Hermione is, in a way, like Princess Leia. She definitely is a lot smarter than she looks, and she knows exactly what to do in many situations. She's the problem solver of the group. Where Harry, where I definitely can say that yes, there are a lot of similarities to Princess Leia here. And yes, I know what you're all going to mention, that she did have that weird British accent when she was talking to Tarkin, which, yeah, originally that was the idea for Princess Leia, to have her have a British accent, but they decided to kind of toss that out pretty early on in the production, so...
Okay, let's...
It's the reason why that was only that one part where she had a British accent, then never really continued on afterwards.
Before we get too off track, let's get to the second movie review.
We are, but I am just at least clarifying this at this point, though. And third, and most importantly, when it comes to the mentor figure, he's had quite a few throughout the franchise, especially in the first movie. Dumbledore is definitely considered one of them, but the other one I have to say is Hagrid. He is definitely the one who keeps him on the straight and narrow, where Professor Dumbledore basically teaches him the deep, dark secrets of the magical world itself, letting him know of certain secrets that even Hagrid doesn't know. So overall, I can really see that being a thing for this series. So, in my personal opinion, I think, for what it's worth, I could see where the comparisons are, but they're so minimalistic, it's unbelievable. Where some of them, unfortunately, are too damn blatant. Others are, I don't know, I feel like they're a little off in some degrees. There. I've done my very surprisingly calm rant here, which I never expected to ever do on this case. Yeah, normally when I go on rants, I sometimes rage, but this is the first time I've actually done one that didn't involve me raging to the sky, so I say that's a work in progress. Which is scary. I must be really lenient on these films if I'm willing to just lay off that particular.
The more you talk
rant.
about, the more you're gonna know you're gonna read. So let's just.
Yeah, let's just get on with the review here. All right, so Phoenix Fire, my friend. What do you think your overall score is going to be for Chamber of Secrets?
50.
All right, so we already got 50 here. King Rhythm, what about you?
That was the one with the snake, right?
Well,
the giant snake.
Yeah.
Well, specifically, it's called a basilisk, but yeah, we'll call it a giant snake.
Sorry, I'm not good with terms. I apologize.
No, it's understandable.
Trust me, when you're a nerd, you can't help it but be a little picky, you know?
Oh, yeah, true enough.
Anyway. So, yeah. Probably 38.
38?
Yeah.
Alright. Mine is still going to be a 50 because this did what a sequel was supposed to do. Be better than the original. While still being able to still feel like the original, have the same feel of the original, but making sure that it's its own thing. So, let's get on with the first category of this film, story. And honestly, I like how this one is definitely different, but it still starts out pretty similar. You see Harry at his family home. Usual stuff. That is until he is trying to escape from his house with Ron's help, using a flying car. Talk about one way hell of a way to start the damn movie.
Got a little led up to Ron coming in the flying car.
But yeah, basically, flying car, grabs onto the car, manages to escape his uncle and aunt and his cousin, and he flies off, heading straight towards Ron's place, where he's going to be staying for a little bit. Which, honestly, if you want me to be perfectly honest, I'm kind of wondering why he never decided to fully stay with them after that, because, like, seriously, Ron's family is just freaking amazing. Right after that, of course, they go right back to Hogwarts, but now a new mystery has been unveiled in the castle itself. Mainly of, oh God bless him, what's his name again? Tom Riddle, I believe?
Yes.
All right, yeah. Basically, now there's this new mystery going afoot, especially with so many kids now being basically frozen. Oh, good God, that would be terrifying.
So what? Be frozen in place for almost the entire movie?
Pretty much, because basically, if you look into a basilisk's eyes, you basically get petrified.
No, if you look at
Actually,
Or
you
something,
die.
or something similar to that feel.
What? No, it's
You
the
die if you look at
reflection.
the
If you,
Brussels
you
sprouts.
remember when the kid looked
What
through
was
the
the span of the movie again? Like how many? Like what was the span? Like a week, days, what?
Well, I know that each film takes place during one of the years of Hogwarts, which, according to the book series, it's technically 7 years.
You're telling me one of the kids could have been frozen for over a year?
well,
Not during the specific time frame that the Chamber of Secrets is read. I'm just saying that each year tells the story of one of the times that Harry was in. And yeah, normally it spans at least several months for each of the books, as well as the movies. It takes place over several months.
now the reason why the kids were frozen was because they saw the reflection of the eyes of
The basilisk.
Of the basilisk. So
I-
just like with Hermione
I know
was
how
used.
it happened. I'm just I'm trying to
Hermione.
remember how long they would have been frozen for.
I understand that. I'm explaining something, King. I let you talk. Let me. Please.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Thank you. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is the fact that that's the reason why Hermione held the mirror, because she was looking around the corner and stuff like that. And when the kid took a picture of it, he was behind the actual his camera. So anytime that it was a reflection of something through the water or whatever, you would only be frozen, because normally when you see that eye to eye, you're going to die. 'Cause that's just the way it works.
But yeah, basically that was the idea for the particular monster of the story, which I gotta admit,
It was
kind of glad they brought that creature in, because we did see the dragon, but sad to say that was actually kind of one of the downsides, that we never actually get to see that thing full size until Goblet of Fire.
Yes, that's true. That is very true.
But yeah, Chamber of Secrets had a lot more of an interesting mystery this time around, and honestly, it was pretty good for what it was worth. What about you guys? What do you guys think of the story overall for Chamber of Secrets? We'll start with Phoenix.
Oh, I love the story. In the beginning, how Harry gets to meet another creature of magic, a house elf, and he's not prepared for it, and he keeps getting warned not to go back to Hogwarts, and he thinks his friends have forgotten him, but it's all because of the house elf making him think that,
Yep.
and we think he's not going to get to go back to Hogwarts, and then Ron comes out of nowhere that night to rescue him, so he can.
Oh yeah.
And then we get to learn about flu powder and the flu network and traveling through chimneys, which would be so awesome to do in real life.
I wonder if that's how Santa was able to pull it off.
Makes you wonder.
What about you, King Rhythm? What about your thoughts on the story? Hold on, dude. You're I can barely hear your voice. Could you maybe come a little closer to the mic?
Right here.
There you go. That
Am I
sounds
close
great.
enough?
Yep, you're good.
Anywho, story-wise, let's see. Give it. This is a tough one. 7.
A 7? All right. And why is that?
7. I didn't exactly like the story.
I'm actually kind of glad.
It did what it was supposed to do as a sequel, so I'll give it a 7.
Honestly,
I personally didn't like the story, but it did what it was supposed to do.
Actually, I kind of like having King Rhythm here. He's not too much of a fantasy person compared to me and Phoenix, but he is very much he's more into the story and all that. So it's pretty interesting to see from his perspective as for all this. Because, yeah, if it was just me and Phoenix Fire, I feel like it wouldn't be too interesting of a review. To see someone with an outside perspective on the Harry Potter craze, I think that's pretty... that's actually pretty good in my personal opinion. So, yeah, what about you, Phoenix Fire? What do you think your score is going to be?
10.
10? Yeah, same here on mine. I know that feels just like, why? But, come on.
It was a step up from the first one.
Mm-hmm.
They increased the magic and all that.
I like the first one better than I like the second one.
Oh, the second one was in my personal... I loved the second one as well as the first.
The second one had what kind of sets it up for the rest of the series, you know, where the first one didn't... It kind of brought in Baltimore, it brought in some things, but I think this is the one that actually kind of took it there. But I don't know, I gave it a 47 overall, but the story right over here and listening to, I'm going to probably give it a 9. I don't know why, but I think I'm just going to have to, I'm going to give it a 9 on this one.
All right.
I might change it later.
I'll be honest. I don't like snakes and all that, but yet, for some reason, I just love Chamber of Secrets, and that's got a giant-ass snake in it.
When it comes
I
down...
think a person that doesn't like snakes
Yeah.
would like this.
Oh, trust me, Indiana Jones will be wetting himself if you ever saw Basilisk up close.
I think he'd want to literally shoot himself.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I think
Hey,
that'd be sad for him,
guys,
though.
I may have miscalculated my schedule. My father just told me that I have to go to this thing tonight. It's a blow party for his friend.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I did not know that was tonight. I thought it was in a few days. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, then you... Hey, don't worry about it, dude. Don't worry about it. We're just glad to have you here, though.
Yep.
But, yeah, you don't want to miss the party, then.
Yeah, so I will talk to you tomorrow, Retro. By the way, oh yeah, one more thing before I go.
Yeah?
I did have a good movie in mind. I'll text it to you after the party.
All right, sounds good.
Bye.
All right, see ya. All right, so it looks like we won't be doing King Rhythm's score, sadly, but we at least know it's 38. I'll have to ask him about the rest of his scores later.
Yes.
All right, and hold on, give me a second. I'm also trying to add Master Chief's score on here. What would have been your guess for the score?
I put 47 on this particular one.
All right.
I might change it, though, because...
For the first film or second?
Oh, first film's 50 for me.
Okay, 50 here. All right, 47 here. And your scores were pretty much all 10 for the review, right? For the first movie?
For what was that?
The first movie?
Yeah, first movie, 10 for everything.
All right,
Yeah,
just
10
wanted to
for
make sure.
everything, yes. Oh, no. There wasn't nothing in the first movie that I did not like.
There we go. And your score for a story was what?
I'm going to go 9.
All right. All
I
right.
actually make it a 10. I just thought about it. Just make it a 10.
All right. Next, of course, is, well, it's characters. But again, here's the thing. I think we should exclude the main cast we were talking about for this one. The only characters that we'll ever talk about are the ones that were added in for the story. For Chamber of Secrets, specifically.
Okay.
Because I feel like it would be too unfair, because, let's just face it, you already know it would have been an automatic 10 for me. That's the reason why I wanted to go more down the route of, let's concentrate on the Chamber of Secrets specific characters in this one. And God bless it, there were so damn many people, it was unreal. But if you guys want me to be perfectly honest, the one that I was actually really, really happy that was added to it was Dobby. The little elf.
You know, I have to tell you that I think honestly, when you are doing
Also voiced by Toby Jones, who was also in The Mist.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot. No, I was just saying is that for me, when it comes to all the new characters and all the characters they bring on, I have to tell you that through the whole series, I just never seen anyone not give the performance of a lifetime. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like they knew they were on the Harry Potter series, the Harry Potter, And it seems like they always gave 1,000% when they got there. I never really saw. I don't think in any movie that I saw poor acting. I don't believe I didn't really see anything that I would consider poor.
What about you, Phoenix Fire? What did you think of the characters for the Chamber of Secrets?
Well, I would say a 10, obviously, but there wasn't that many new characters. Oh my god, don't even get me started on Gilroy and Lockhart.
Wait, who?
Oh man, Lockhart, the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher.
Oh, yeah.
The pompous twit.
Yeah, him.
Sorry, that's the best way I can describe him.
Yours was what?
When it comes to characters, 10. I'll be right back. I got
All right.
some thoughts.
And I'm still going to give it 10, mainly because there's a lot of amazing characters for this one. Like I said, one of my favorite characters for this one was, of course, Dobby. Again, the way his character arc goes through the entire story, it's really damn amazing how they do it. It's fantastic. They did an excellent job with that.
Yep, sure. Then we got to see Voldemort before he became two.
Mm-hmm. There's also characters like Percy and Fred Weasley are in this one as well. They brought them back. We also have, of course, Moaning Myrtle. She got introduced into the story finally. Like I said, they had a lot of amazing characters that they added into this movie that made you feel like the world was getting more and more expansive over the course of the series.
Mm-hmm. That is true. I think another cool character that was introduced was Aragog.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing. I don't like spiders, but yet that was a kick-ass cool spider.
Well...
Sorry, Acromantula.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if we're going to go for accuracy in this case. But yeah, it's truly amazing what they managed to do for that one. And, hold on, what was the creature's name again?
Aragog, Acromantula.
Yeah, give me a second. Maybe I might be able to find out who did the voice. Oh, here. Julian Glover. Yeah, Julian Glover did the voice of Aragog.
Sounds familiar.
And for those of you guys who want to know who Julian Glover is and what he's done Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. He's done a lot of stuff in of its entirety, though. Yeah. He was also For Your Eyes Only.
Oh, I know who he is. I'm looking at him now. I recognize him.
Yeah, I believe. Hold on. What was his? What was he in that movie? Aristotle. But yeah.
I recognize him.
Alright, so now we're going on to music, and it's John Williams. What do you think?
You already know my score.
Yeah.
I don't think I need to say any more.
Yeah. It's freaking 10 for me. Alright, so, now we're going on to design. And, well, the Harry Potter films still look amazing even to this day. But man, the stuff they added was pretty damn awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to believe this movie was made back in 2002.
Right. I give it credit how they blended animatronic with CGI at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
they really pushed the boundaries for what they could do for magical creatures, so to speak.
Oh yeah. Creatures like Aragog, the Basilisk. They did such an amazing job with all of this. It's actually kind of unreal.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really see the creators going that far for their series, and I'm really glad that he did. And again, this is Chris Columbus. He's back in action with the second film, and he really wanted to make sure to do this right.
Definitely.
Roger Pratt did amazing cinematography as well. Capturing those places with... That's pretty damn awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, what would you rate the design of the film?
Another 10.
Yeah.
We got to see more Hogwarts, more other parts of the castle that we didn't get to see in the first one.
Oh, yeah. And now, finally, atmosphere. How did we think of the atmosphere of the film Chamber of Secrets? Well, actually, how about you start us off, Phoenix?
Well, if you think of it, it was still like the first one. It was like a happy movie, somewhat, that slowly led into the darkness. So it was like, even though it was still child friendly, it had its dark moments, but they found a way to pull it off so kids wouldn't be mortified or scared shitless.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't want to watch it again.
True.
And Chris Columbus knew what he was doing again. He did his research by reading the book and did pretty well to get that atmosphere hands down.
Mm-hmm.
He knew what he wanted.
Sound design.
No, atmosphere. You already missed two.
I missed two already.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, can you guys just extend that out a little bit?
Well, the only reason why one music is John Williams. What do you
got
expect?
10. Okay, sorry. That was an easy one. I
And then,
love
of course, the
music.
design of the film is just as good as the original was.
I give that a 10 too.
Like I said, too damn easy. And now, of course, we're going on to atmosphere as a whole. And for me, I'm going to give it a straight up 10. The mystery angle, the suspense, the drama, all of it was done well, while also adding a lot of great action sequences. And it definitely gave you the same vibe as the original film for when it finally ended. Finally saying that another one of Harry's journeys is finally concluded, but now he has to wait until next year to find out what's going to happen next.
I'm gonna. There was something about the movie. I just felt something was left out. I don't know what it is.
You're insane.
I really thought, honest to goodness, I really thought that I really liked the Sorcerer's Stone, and I'm not trying to tell you, there was nothing about the Chamber of Secrets that.
I'm sorry, people. Master Chief here is that type of believer who says that the original will always be superior to the sequel, which is not always the case.
But I'm just trying to say is that there was something I can't put my finger on it. I mean, I get the spider thing. I think it was the spiders. I think really, and it was the fact that it's something about that whole thing. I don't know what it is or why it is or how it is. It just, that was the one part that kind of threw me off. The movie in itself was great. It was actually a fantastic movie, but the spiders has always been the one that kind of threw me off. And don't ask me why, and stuff like that.
Guess who was the spider, actually?
Who?
Julian Glover.
Oh, really?
He was from from the 007 movie, For Your Eyes Only.
Oh my God! Let's go back.
He was Aristotle.
No way! Oh my God! No,
You know that?
He's the voice of Aragog, the spider.
Well, it makes sense though. But just listen to the voice. I mean, he was the perfect voice for that, for the spider. But I just something about the spider scene that still bothers me. I don't know what it is. I don't know why.
So, what are you gonna give it then?
I'm gonna give it a 9.
You're insane.
Retro, he played General Veers in Star Wars Episode 5.
Oh really?
Yep, he did.
No way.
Does that change your opinion now, Chief, to make it 10?
What?
Does that change your opinion to maybe switching that to a 10? Considering that this is the
only,
dude who
only for it. I'll tell you this. Only reason why I'm giving it a 10 because it was between Hagrid and the spider, and I'll give that a 10.
All right.
And now, and this is Hagrid's day, so. But
I can see where some people get unsettled by the spider scene, but
it's not the unsettled. It's the fact that I really like the fact of. I think if it was just Hagrid and the spider itself, I think that would have had. I think they could have left it at that. You know what I'm trying? I understand that you need to have action scenes. Trust me, but I really think the scene between Hagrid and him, the spider, would have been even better if it was just that. And I really think that because you had to have action scene in there, really didn't need to be, honest to God. I really thought that, because what happened was that after Hagrid left and after all these other things, it changed, but I think it had more meaning. I don't know why, but it just had more meaning.
True.
I think the impression they wanted to give that Hogwarts was becoming unsafe.
Well, he saved the spider.
Safe haven they thought it was.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying? He saved the spider, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, for when the spiders are leaving, and he's going in talking to the head spider, I think that part right there alone was something purely awesome. Here's this man walking in, and it's just him, with everything around. And I thought that was the neatest thing right there. And then here comes Harry. I understand, I can't have these guys out for blah 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 blah. But I think they could have done a different scene, and I think and that should have been something for Hagrid to be able to go up there and convey it in his way, to kind of help guide the children.
Yeah.
Versus the other. That's just me though.
Mm-hmm. But
you have to reread the whole chapter in the book for that.
What was that?
You would have to read the whole chapter in the book for that, but yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have to rewrite that thing.
Yeah, but
I know.
But yeah, so perfect 50 scores. So we can't do a retro evolution at all.
Well, I already gave you mine.
Yeah, you already gave your reason.
And that's the only part of the movie that I loved every other part of that movie. I really did. It was a fantastic movie. I loved the car. The car had a mind of its own. I just love that car.
I would love to have a flying car.
Oh, hell! Who wouldn't?
The only thing is that I'd be more afraid of getting hit by a train like those two nearly did.
Well, all I'm trying to say is you better watch out because there's going to be missiles fired at this car.
That's true. Anti-air missiles are not fun.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, for those of you guys who are wondering when we're going to be doing the other Harry Potter films, I think we're going to wait a little bit before we get started the other ones. Because we still have Prisoner of Azkaban, Order of the Phoenix, Goblet of Fire, Deathly Hallows, and we have Half-Blood Prince. That's 5 movies.
I know.
In this particular case, I think I want to wait on that one because we're going to take our time with these films because I do need to re-watch some of them. I watched Chamber of Secrets and Philosopher's Stone so many damn times. It was almost like a religious thing for me when I was a kid. But the other ones, not so much. And I really got to do
it once a month.
Maybe we'll do once a month for those films, yeah. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But yeah, tomorrow, folks, is October 30th. We're heading into Mutant Football League once again. And if you guys are wondering when we're going to be doing more sports stuff, well, after this week, we're going to be going on to doing some more stuff because we have a brand new game we want to introduce. Hot Wheels Unleashed is a brand new PS4, I think it's PS5 game as well, that is available right now, and it's basically a toy car racing game. However, it has controls like Gran Turismo and Need for Speed, but with the absolute zaniness of what you can make with toy car tracks. I'm gonna try to make some tracks while I have some time off. I'm gonna try to make some tracks for you guys and give you guys something to look forward to for the for those upcoming moments. Other games that we'll also be introducing. Well, I'll actually leave that spoiler free. We're not gonna try to reveal any new games except for that one. When it comes to multi-streaming, I think there are only going to be a few days I'll do multi-streaming on. However, I'll still keep some of our stream schedules on the same time frame. Like Sundays, for example. Sundays, we're going to be doing 2 streams instead of the usual 1. So instead of it just being Sports Sunday all on its own, we're going to be doing Sports Sunday, and we're bringing back an old classic.
Yes.
Roblox Sunday. You guys have been begging me to return to that, and I decided to say, screw it, we're going back to Roblox. So, we will be playing that for the foreseeable future for our channel. I'm actually very damn excited to get back into Roblox because I swear to God, I know a lot of you have been waiting for it. So yeah, we'll be going back to our original time frame of 1 a.m. to 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a 3-hour thing. So it's actually is it 3?
2 hours. No, you always used to do 2 hours with.
We're doing 3.
Okay.
So we're gonna do 3 hours of Roblox Sunday, and then Sports Sunday will be the next 3. So it'll be from 6 to 9 for sports, Roblox 1 to 4.
Yeah.
Another one we're gonna do multi-streaming is Saturday. So Saturday and Sunday will be back-to-back dual streams. So in times when we're not doing RetroActive's Corner, we'll be doing a surprise Saturday for both games, and they'll be back-to-back, same time frame as Sunday, 1 to 4, 6 to 9. Allowing you guys a chance to see 2 surprise streams, 2 games that are requested by you guys. I will play for you on the stream. And finally,
for your website, if they want to know.
Oh yeah, if you guys want to know about the surprise games, check out my website, MrRetroActive.com. And finally, we have, of course, Fear Friday, suggested by my moderator on YouTube, Glamrock Chica. So we're going to be doing what she suggested, and we're doing a Fear Friday. Now this is going to be different, because Fear Fridays involving games like Five Nights at Freddy's, or Bloodborne, and Dark Souls.
Friday the 13th.
Games that have literally stressed me the hell out and have caused me health problems. So instead, on that day, I'm only going to do Fear Friday from 1 to 3, and I'll still do the 4 hours for War Games Friday.
Oh, War Games. Yes.
So we will be doing 4 hours of War Games Friday, but Fear Friday will most certainly going to be 2 hours, because those games are very damn stressful. It's already caused me constipation. I'm not even joking. It's I'm not going to go into details. I'm just going to say I was. Okay, screw you. Anyway, I was just not feeling well. Okay, so I'm not going to put myself through too much stress, or otherwise that's going to give me even more problems.
War Games Friday. That's your de-stressor.
Yeah,
you're going to take it out on people.
Exactly, like in Doom, where I could basically mutilate a whole bunch of people, and there would be no real problems.
Yes, dude.
But yeah. Also, for those of you guys who are wondering about Completion Tuesday, we're still doing that. It's still going to be 4 hours. Not too much. But, however, I decided to do something a little bit different. If the game is long, say like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, for example. If the game is too long, I won't be doing it straight every single day. I would like to have a break from long games like this one every once in a while, so this will be one of those few games, like longer games like this one, that will take a few breaks here and there in order to play it. But games like Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Conquest, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, those games are examples of ones that are short, and I can actually do them all in one sitting. So, if you're wondering about that, that is actually one of the reasons why I wanted to let you guys know on that. But yeah, so just to clarify, for Completion Tuesday, long games like this one will be done in multi-parters. Like, I'll take a break every once in a while to concentrate on another game I'm going to complete, where including, yes, Lego Indiana Jones, Lego Pirates of the Caribbean.
Legos, yes.
I'm not even joking. Those games are going to be very long, so I already know for a fact it's going to be a problem. So those ones are also going to be multi-steppers. Even the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, I'm going to have to do multi-parters because I swear to God, that one's going to take me way too long.
Is that a two-person game?
Saga still?
It's a two-player game, yeah, but it's only split screen.
Damn.
It's not. It does not have online for some random reason. You think that
So we're going to do the complete saga?
Well,
we already
saga.
we already completed that, but I will help you complete yours though.
Well, that would be good, yeah, because you were going to do
Yes,
that.
I can't wait with mine yet.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm helping you out, man. But yeah, we will be doing. If you guys are wondering, yes, we will continue Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga because we're going to be helping my friend Phoenix Fire get to his 100%. Which I think you're almost done, aren't you?
You're at 98%, is that correct?
Or was it 92?
90?
Oh,
wow,
90.
no, it's only 10%. You guys got this.
0.5, not 0.8.
Oh, yeah, that's right, that's right.
Oh yeah, so yeah, we'll be helping him out with his 100%.
I'm surprised that they did not for the Skywalker saga. I'm really surprised that they did not make that online.
You would think they would, but I also think that maybe the game itself was way too big, considering.
I can
have
see
you seen how huge the game is?
Yeah.
Hell, no wonder they would stick with split screen because God bless it, I wouldn't want to deal with it.
Kind of sounds like GoldenEye, you know that? GoldenEye's coming online for the Switch, but is not coming online for Xbox, and people are pissed that it should be the other way around. It should be online for Xbox, but local for the Switch.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, they actually made the online for the Switch version. Which honestly,
Well, I get it.
here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, dude. Here's one thing I'm gonna say though. It was originally Nintendo. It deserves online. They promised it us for years when they thought they were going to try to bring the game back. So I'm glad they're at least doing that. But it is kind of weird that... Actually, no, it isn't. Because technically the Xbox version is actually the only one I think that doesn't have online. Oh, it's the remastered? Oh. Okay, then they have no excuse.
Yeah, the remaster should be on all platforms.
But yeah, basically... But yeah, to recap what I said... Long games like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and all those longer games will be multi-parters, but games like Donkey Kong Country 2 and Kirby and the Forgotten Land, since they're shorter games, we won't have to worry about it as much. So, we're good on that one. And of course...
Dixie again.
What? Wait, what'd you
As
say?
long as you don't punish Dixie, you'll do it in one sitting.
I wasn't trying to punish her at all! I just had really bad luck with her, okay? Plus, I played as Diddy Kong for the longest time on Donkey Kong Country 1. I know how he plays. I don't know Dixie as well. So that's why I keep dying with her.
I got animal services on speed dial. My eyes on you.
As long as it's not pedo, I'm fine with that. Anyway, next, of course, is
the... monkey.
Anyway, to go for another recap, Saturday and Sunday, multi-streams from 1 to 4, and 6 to 9. So 3 hours for one stream, 3 hours for another. Sunday is the same thing. Friday with Fear Friday is different. It's 2 hours for Fear Friday, and War Games Friday is going to be 4 hours. So that way, yeah, because honestly, I do not want to deal with the stress of the Fear Friday games that you guys have selected, because I swear to God, I feel like I'm going to lose my damn mind.
I think your Doom reference for afterwards is good. That's stress relief at its finest.
Pretty much. That's why I would love to do the animatronics. I want to just rip them apart like that.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Like, seriously, if any of you guys know how to mod games, please make a game where instead of Doom guy killing demons, he kills the animatronics. That would be amazing.
That would
Thank
be
you.
hilarious.
I would literally
God.
pay you to have that game made, because God bless it, would that be a great stress reliever for so many people I know. Okay?
You would need a GoFundMe page.
I would need, I think they would need to.
And a starter page. And all these other things right over here, because no one's going to get done until you show them the money.
Right. But, but basically that's going to be our new schedule for November. Mainly from November 3rd, which is, November 3rd onward. And of course, I am going to say this again, thank you for the bits. Also, another thing we need to talk about is, of course, holiday theme months. They'll be stuck with the single stream platform, because, again, they're going to be themed. Like for Halloween month, 1 stream per day. The 12 games of Christmas, 1 game per stream. That sort of thing. So, if you guys are wondering, that's the idea of that whole situation. However, we are at least going to spoil you guys on the... Oh, thank you for the stars. We are going to at least let you guys know on the reviews we're going to be doing for this year's Christmas. Or in this case, this month's the month of December. It's all Rankin Bass films.
Oh, yes.
Since you guys have... I bet you guys don't know, but if you do know, then please give your condolences to the family of Jules Bass. Jules Bass sadly passed away. If you guys don't know who this person is, Jules Bass was part of Rankin Bass, who created some of the most iconic stop-motion animation Christmas films that we know now today, from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer to Santa Claus Coming to Town, Year Without Santa Claus, why am I blanking out one of the names? Jack Frost.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, there's a lot of films that these guys have made. They even made regular hand-drawn animation like Frosty the Snowman. So, yeah, with Jewel Bass gone, I thought, why not do an entire month where we celebrate the Rankin Bass films that they made. And yes, from what I've even heard from you people, you guys, all of you, that apparently Rankin Bass was responsible for a Lord of the Rings film, which I'm almost not looking forward to, but I'll try to look for it. Oh, God. But, hey. If it's on par with Ralph Bakshi's version, that would be great. I don't even think it is it? Oh, wait. I don't think it is. Oh, no. Well, anyway. If we do review that movie during December, pray for me. But yeah, if you guys like what we do, please follow us on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to us on our YouTube channel, Mr. RetroActive Live Streams. Don't forget to click that notification button if you want to be notified of our latest streams and videos. And don't forget to like, share, and comment. Let me know in the comments what movies or video games, TV shows, anime, cartoons, whatever form of media you want me to review. Because I honestly will be very intrigued to try them out. If there's any stuff for you guys want me to check out for future streams, I will definitely go for it. If you guys want to support the channel, which helps us have the money to be able to get you guys new games, new consoles, and all that, then you can please if you could, please, if you can, of course, and if you're too young, ask your parents' permission before you donate or subscribe. You can subscribe to our Facebook page, our Twitch through either the tier system, or if your parents have Amazon Prime, if you get their permission, of course, you can subscribe through there, and it's free. You could also permission, but like I said, I'm going to keep saying it. Ask your parents' permission if you're too young, because it's always good to ask for their permission. If they say no, then that's fine. Following and subscribing to my YouTube channel is more than enough help. Let me see. There's also, give me a second. I don't know why I'm blanking out here. Oh, yeah. There's also donations through Facebook Stars and Twitch Bits. But there's also our Patreon. You can join that to become a producer of our channel and have a bigger say in how we do things on the channel. As well as, of course, donating through PayPal. Again, ask your parents' permission before you donate or subscribe to the channel. I would rather you guys ask permission from your parents or any extended family members before doing so if you're too young to do so. But, of course, if you're an adult, then you're more than welcome to support the channel by donating and subscribing to us. So, like I said, tomorrow we'll be going into sports. We're going for Mutant Football League Season 5, or in this case, if you want to go for grand total with this team, Season 10. So, we're on our second Dynasty final season. I'm almost not looking forward to leaving this team if I do get voted to do so. You guys voted me to stay, which I've been eternally grateful for. But if you guys want me to change teams, I'm more than happy to do so. And especially since I just got the DLC teams now. The newest DLC teams that just got added for the game. I'm actually very excited. I'll actually tell you their names now. Give me a second. I'm actually very excited to tell you the names of these new teams. It's actually kind of awesome. Better mute this because it's still on the two-way.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, give me just a second and I will tell you the teams that just got added for Mutant Football League. There we go. The teams that were added are the Brain Washington Cadavers DLC. Yeah, I know, that's just hilarious. I love it. We have the Miami Krakens. We have the New York Threats. And the Cincinnati Mangles. So we have the 4 new teams that just been added to the Mutant Football League, which means we'll be facing these 4 teams as well in the series, which means they'll also be a choice for our randomizer if you guys choose me to leave the team. So, who knows? Maybe I might get a chance to actually check this out. It's going to be really awesome. I'm actually very excited. And of course, Monday, since Monday is Halloween, we're going to be doing a very late night stream this time around.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be from 8 to 12, and it's going to be me dressed up as Michael Myers joining the Ghostbusters team as their newest recruit in the Ghostbusters video game for Xbox 360. So yeah, if you guys are ready, join Michael Myers as he tries to navigate the realms of the Ghostbusting crew, not knowing why the hell he's even there. He should be murdering people, not murdering ghosts. Though, I guess if Lori was a ghost, he would hunt her down anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there is that. And, of course, on Tuesday, we're back to doing completion with Diddy's Conquest.
Oh, that's a good one.
So we're going to try to keep that one going. We're I think, around 60% of the way done. We still have another 42% left to go before we reach 102%. I personally can't wait. We're getting so close to our 100% because we still have that area to go to, plus one more, I believe, and then the final boss. So, it's going to be one hell of a track. until then, I hope you all have an amazing day. I will see you all next time. This is Mr. Retroactive, signing out. Have a great day, everyone.